with the reed. 12,000 furlongs. The length and the breadth and the height of it are equal. So in other words, this scripture says the city, really the size of a country, will be 4 squared. Its length, width, and height will be the same, 12,000 furlongs. So what is a furlong? Let's look it up. Here in a Google search, we read of a furlong being 0.125 miles. So translated, 12,000 furlongs is 1,500 miles. All I can say is, wow, 1,500 miles long by 1,500 miles wide. That's not a city, that's a country. This is how big the Holy City is compared to the U.S. So when the scripture calls it the Holy City, it's really a country, or as some call it, the Holy Nation. This is how big it would look if its center was in Jerusalem. But listen, what many people do not realize is this city is also 1,500 miles high. And that is what I want to cover here, because its height, the height of the Holy City, is what's even more amazing. Picture the Holy City having floors or layers. And if we give those floors 1,000-foot high ceilings on average, it would be as though each floor of the city had its own sky. To put it into perspective, the tallest building here in the LA skyline is just over 1,000 feet high. I mean, how much sky do you need when you also have access to the heavens in our new celestial body that
lieth 4 square, and the length is as large as the breadth. And he measured the city with the reed, 12,000 furlongs, or 1,500 miles. The length and the breadth and the height of it are equal, like that of a cube. Now folks, think about this. God supposedly created the whole entire universe, okay? So my question is, why would heaven be so infinitely smaller than the universe? Have you ever thought about that? God created the whole infinite universe, but his heaven is so infinitely smaller than his universe. How do we explain that? Doesn't make sense. The only way to explain this is that God is not God at all. He's the demiurge. He's not the God who created this universe. That's a lie. If this was the God who created the universe, his so-called heaven wouldn't be so infinitely smaller than his universe. What do I believe? I believe that this so-called New Jerusalem or heaven is a mothership, a psychic battery who wants souls. It's a giant soul collector, a giant solar psychic battery. And the souls that are captured in this cube are used for the purposes of the demiurge to expand his power and influence over the universe. The psychic energy of the souls being held captive into this cube are being used for the purposes of Jehovah to expand his power and influence over the universe. This is what I explain in my homepage.